And we're discussing road traffic crashes, or more like concerns with the Yuletide fast approaching. And the sector commander, FRSC, in River State, Mr. Galadunci, is in the studio, and he is filling us in on what he has been doing and, of course, what his men have been doing to ensure that road crashes reduce to the barest minimum in River State. And he says that since he took over office, it has actually really reduced. Now, I know that some of you have concerns, all right, about road crashes in River State. I would like to hear from you. You can as well send a message via WhatsApp to 0809 030 6416, 0809 030 6416. And then I'll open up the phone lines in a bit. I think it was in the first quarter of this year, actually, that the NBS said that road crashes actually reduced in the country in the first quarter of this year. That's according to the National Bureau of Statistics. So for the year of 2022, it seems maybe we've been doing some good stuff. So road accidents declined by 1.82% in the first quarter of 2022. And Mr. Galadunci says it has really reduced in River State. And then before we went on that break, we were talking about...
this one that, okay, if you permit me, I will just give you a brief rundown of... Because yesterday... he asked me, I told him I wouldn't want to be giving just data offhand like that.
Okay.
So, just to buttress my own facts or statement about what is happening in River State. Now, I have some few figures here concerning the road traffic crash that happened within River State, as reported to us. Okay. So we only take statistics of road traffic crash that are reported to our men. And when we responded, we attend to it, because by Nigerian culture, some people accident will happen, everybody will just pack their own things and go away without reporting to police or any road safety. So this is the one that's reported to us. We say from January to date, what we have recorded that is reported to us was 85 road traffic crashes across the state. 85. Okay. So after that 85, we can say that the number of people that were involved were just up to 585 persons. Then the number that sustained injury were 238. The accidents amongst the 85 that was minor was 18, and the one that is fatal was 16, which means we had 16 fatalities, 16 people killed in that accident. So from that January to date, what we have is 16 people killed as recorded in our own record. And that does not mean it's still a fair figure for us, because as far as for us in Rose City, we want to wake up one day to see that we not record a single soul dead. Because
is that even possible?
No, let's assume that is our target and that is our possibility. It may not be possible to have it like that as far as this country is concerned, but that is the target that is the hope, and that is the wish of every Federal Road Safety Corps member, and that should be the wish of every Nigerian and every River State to see, because that one person, do you understand, it means a lot to the country, losing one soul. If you are going to quantify it in terms of insurance and in terms of whatever, assuming that one person is not even an infant. Let's assume that one person is one person that is the only one person that is trained, is skilled to handle so many things, like in the issue of astronomy, engineering, or whatever, or teacher or professor. You can see the colossal damage. Let's assume if he's a professor or if he's a journalist, somebody like you, that educate millions of people that are listening, because I'm sure now people are maybe outside the country online listening as a result of your own program. So 16 persons is still not fair to us. We still intend to, unfortunately the year is already coming to end. We're trying to see so that we don't record more within this December. If people will help us try to obey the traffic rules and do the right thing. So this is a number serious. When we say serious, those are the ones that no dead, injured, only maybe loss of, or maybe blood just coming out or something like that. So this is just the brief rundown of the. And despite that one, you see, we do arrest people, we bring people to our office, they go to pay and they still go, because if you take all the number of offenders that traffic offender that are arrested from January to date, we have recorded out to 14,857. The total offenses that those people have recorded are 19,268. And we used to have what we call critical offenses.
Okay.
And critical offenses in our own terminology means those traffic offenses that may be committed that can cause road traffic crash. For example, overloading is among them. Because if there is anything, it can cause accident, the vehicle is heavy, or overspeeding, you understand, is one of them. Wrongful overtaking, taking one way, do you understand? Use of phone-wide driving. Those are the kind of driving with bad tires are all typical offenses that are counted as critical, because committing one of them could lead to road traffic crash, could lead to fatality. And so those are the things that we have even recorded more than 9,770. Then we have what we call a integrity offense. We call it integrity because the actual name is when you're attempting to corrupt a staff, attempting to corrupt a marshal. People come here on radio every day, they talk about how they give bribe and this thing. Yesterday I was trying to say, it takes two to tango. Do you understand? When you commit a road traffic crash and you try to buy your way out, you come on radio, you also are an offender. If the law catches up with you, we'll prosecute you. And that is why throughout this year, I can tell you, from that January to date, my command have arrested 424 people that attempted to correct staff. If you offer the money, the staff who does not want to be corrected will collect the money. He will issue a ticket and attach with the money and bring you back to the office.
Oh, interesting.
You have lost that money, you will still pay fine to government. We still talk to you for 7 days. If you wish, we can even prosecute you, because for corrupting somebody who is doing his legitimate duty, why must you commit an offense and you want to buy your way out and come and be talking in public? You understand? Most of the people that come here and they call are the people that offer the bribe to buy their way out. We want evidence. We want you to provide us with evidence so that we can catch them and prosecute them. We don't spare them. We don't spare anybody. We don't send anybody. Before they go out, we give them fuel. We service the vehicle. We do everything so that nobody will go and say he's collecting money to do that one for us.
Okay.
So 424 people, and we still counting.
All right, let's get to the phone lines, because I'm sure that people have concerns that they would like to bring on board. All right, the number to call is 070-0923-0923, 070-0923-0923. You can also send a message via WhatsApp to 0809-030-6416. And then I'll also like to find out, while you're sharing those concerns, also let me know, what do you think? Do you think that there are more road crashes during the Yuletide? Because it is something I believe that the average person just believes that during December time, some spirits are out there to ensure that there are road crashes. All right. Someone here says, ask your guest, why does it take eternity to remove broken down vehicles from the roads until it causes further accidents? And then he shared a picture and says, the above truck spent 2 weeks on the road in front of Market Square at George, Port Harcourt. His name is Bob. Before you answer that, let's take a call here from Ganiyu. Ganiyu is calling from Rupwoko. Hello, Ganiyu.
Yeah, good evening, Constant.
Good evening. Please go on. Go ahead.
I just want to mention, you just talked about bribery and, bribing the officer and all that. And I think the much of the work is on the road safety and probably the government agencies at large. Few months ago, I was coming from a glitter. So on that morning, I had one of my tires expire. So road safety guys, they arrested me and took me to a magistrate. Inside there's a church or primary school around that glitter roundabout. After all I was charged to pay 4,000 naira by the magistrate. When I got home and I talked to my people that I'm very happy today that I committed an offense and I was charged and I knew my money was going straight to the government pocket. I was happy for that. But in the same case, if I'm just held by a road safety officer without any magistrate inside, I'm very sure they will be telling me, for them to be able to exploit me, they'll be telling me to pay about 10,000 or 20,000 naira. And at the end of the day, they'll put you in a situation whereby you don't have a choice because they make it look so big to you that maybe in order for you not to waste your time, you pass away with your money for about 10,000 naira. So in order for them to be able to help citizens not to be paying bribes, they need to put measures in place that when you commit an offense, it should be easy for you to just pay your fine and go ahead without anybody holding you down some and make you feel like a victim that you've done it bad.
It is not fine that you pay. You
okay.
put money into somebody's pocket.
Thank you very much.
Let me tell you, I've just gave you a rundown of the total number of offenders that we have arrested this year, 14,850, and these are the people they were arrested, booked, and they went to pay to bank and came back and redeemed their property. 14,000 is for record. If you pay money to government, it has gone to TSA account. Nobody has access to it. But if you pay money to somebody on the road that he pocketed it, that one is his own. It's blood money. Any road safety pays a person that collect money as a bribe, we call it blood money because that blood money will continue to pursue that person. So that's what I can assure you. So please, people should bear with us. We are not angels. We cannot work without evidence. If you have any evidence somebody has collected, if genuinely you want to prosecute that person, how many times in my stay here in River said a case will be bring to me, the person that come and please give us evidence and this thing, the person will be running. Oga, if we do that one, I don't want the person to lose his job. Okay, the person you don't want him to lose his job, you continue to commit atrocity because you have refused to come and provide us the facts and the evidence so that we can prosecute him and give him the deserving punishment. This is the typical Nigerians. I have handled many cases. Yesterday I've got a case like that. What did I do? We collect the money from somebody, and so these are the issues. Before I left my office today, I've handled a similar case. Those that will provide evidence, we follow the case up. Some of them will lose their job. Some of them will get various punishment according to what is proven against them. But for the person that say it doesn't take eternity to remove obstruction, because from what he has said, that he said the vehicle was parked at Other George for 2 weeks. Has it been reported to FRSC? FRSC cannot.
He said 2 weeks or 2
yes,
days.
FRSC cannot. It's not. FRSC is not a spirit. Do you understand? We are not everywhere. We rely on information. That's why we will provide our number 122. If you think that you want to call and they will charge you, your airtime will run down. No, just dial 122. If you dial 122, the Abuja call center will pick. That is if you don't even have our local number here. There was a time I gave my local number here, it run down. In fact, my head want to burst. You understand? Because somebody will just call and say, I just want to confirm, is that Rose City? Okay, I'm satisfied, you go. You see, that's not the kind of thing we want.
Yeah, because for a long time, people didn't have any number to call.
But it has been made very simple.
Okay.
If you call 122, the call center at Abuja is full service. All you need to do is give a proper description. As other judge and this thing. From there, on their computer, they know the nearest command. They will call me because it's Port Harcourt. No matter how in the middle. I've told you for the past 2 weeks, I've been waking up people in the night to go there. The one that happened at Rumola and Todd Bridge, 5 a.m. I go to report. They say broken down vehicle. By the time we go there, on Todd Bridge, we ended up finding a dead man. Nobody cares. We had to pack the body, almost decomposing. Do you understand? I've told you last week at Elezu, my men spent the whole day there clearing the traffic. I've told you yesterday, 2 days ago, when a truck rolled down on top of this D-line bridge, it crushed 9 vehicles. Was it not my men that went early in the morning? So we don't work. We are not spirit. Give us information. It's the same thing with road traffic crash. If you don't give information, there's no way we know. So you cannot blame somebody for not knowing something for something that is happening there. Where are the community? No, let me ask. Where are the community people there? Is nobody seeing anything there? Don't we have community leaders there? Don't we have youth leaders there? Why are they keeping the truck? Why are they not going to minister? So why are they not running to come to our office? Why would somebody come and say that nobody is taking eternity? No, we don't take that. We don't accept that. It's not our fault. It's our fault that you refuse to report it. And failure to report accident, you can even be charged to court and be charged 50,000 naira.
Interesting.
Yes.
Let's move on now. We have a few minutes on the clock. Let's talk about how first responders should handle an accident victim or accident victims and an accident scene.
It is not every person that is a first responder. That's in the first point.
Okay.
You have to be trained. If you come around, you want to help, the person that is trained will have to ask you to come and assist him. Our men are trained on casualty handling and some fire system whenever it happens. And you among the onlookers, would you understand, that may come and meet an accident scene, there may be professional nurses, doctors, or those that are trained. It is the responsibility of the road safety officer who is clearing accident to identify who can help him to come, because among those people that are casualties, there could be somebody who is having a spinal cord injury, there could be somebody who is bleeding internally. So in the course of you to assist him, if you don't know how to handle it, you could cause more damage. Do you understand?
Okay, so what's your advice?
Yes.
An accident occurs, there's no FRSC official around, and there are people around. They're not nurses, they're not doctors, they're not trained. So what should they do? That's what I'm asking.
What safety has done, like even in this Port Harcourt, I think we have about 3 different communities. At Toba here, at LMA and some other places, we have what we call first responders. Do you understand? These are people living with a community. First of all, we identified what we call a flashpoint, where the accident usually occur. So the village around there, or the people around, or the community around there, road safety with the partnership of Shell Petroleum for almost 7 years. This thing has been done around the country, and Port Harcourt is one of it. So we train people, we selected people, they were given training, they were given a kit. Do you understand? The moment they hear an accident happen, they will come out, they will be the first responder. Then they will call us to come and handle the thing professionally. So what I advise people, yes, when you see people in accident, you can try to assist, but you must know how to handle the casualty, or else you quickly call us. You can call anybody. If it's once you call our message line,
that number
people will come
again
out.
that people can call.
It's 122.
All right, so you just dial
Just 122. Give the most important thing. Give a proper description. Don't do like what they did yesterday. They called. They say a truck was catching fire here. This studio wanted to burst. That a tanker was catching fire. Nobody was there to. I called Federal Fire Service. I called State Fire Service. My men moved there. We started running helter-skelter. We couldn't see any tanker on fire. Do you know what happened? The tanker was moving on. The injector is backfiring. As it backfires, the small fire comes out from the exhaust. It's in motion. Somebody saw. The next thing you call is say there is a tanker on fire. Seriously, nobody is attending to it. That was what happened yesterday.
Okay, let's go on a commercial break and then we'll wrap up.
Thank you.
We'll be looking at, we've been discussing road accidents during the Yuletide, and Mr. Salusi Galadunci, who is the FRSC sector commander for Rivers State, is in the studio. All right, so we've been talking for a while now. As you leave, as we wrap up, what would you say, more like a message to the people of Rivers State as the Yuletide approaches?
Yes, people must remember that we have flagged off our Amber Month this year, and we must also remember what we have talked about during the Remembrance Week for the road traffic victim. We say justice. We have to support. We have to act, and those things. Now the message is the year is already. In fact, the year has ended. Now the activity is peaking. Movement is becoming high. Volume of traffic is increasing by every second. What matters is we must obey the road traffic rules and regulations. We must not be happy. If we must arrive alive, we must do the necessary, we must do the needful so that we get to where we want to go. We must remember that where we are going to celebrate, our loved ones are waiting for us to come arrive. Not that everybody to be brought. That is what I want.
All right. Thank you very much for being on the show today, Mr. Galadunci. All right. We have the news at 5. It's already 5. And after the news, we will talk about federal government reintroduces history as a standalone subject in basic education curriculum. My name is Constance. Do stay tuned.